Good evening, you guys. I want to thank you for tuning in to D.A.M.O.N. Speaks. I am Angela Thomas Smith. I am the commissioner of Speaks, which is in addition to the O&E Dynasty. We're over on Blog Talk Radio. We're on every night at 9:30 p.m. For those that are not familiar with D.A.M.O.N. Speaks, it is a new extension of the O&E Dynasty, and what we're doing is trying to give our listeners a opportunity to get up close and personal with our host, get a chance to find out a little bit about our host, who they are, the inspiration for their shows, and why they chose broadcasting. Those are some of the questions that I asked on my show. I'm waiting for my guest tonight, my fellow host. She is part of Beverly Nation, and her name is SHESUS Powell. I am waiting on her to come on. I just got off the phone with her. She was trying to get worked out some technical difficulties. So while we're waiting for her to come, I'm going to share with you guys just a little bit about who I am, my show, and a little bit about our network. So we are a part of Ngozi Time Multimedia LLC. We are on Blog Talk Radio. We have a call-in line. You can call in and chat with us. Um, we're on nightly at 9:30 p.m. You can join the conversation. It is brought to you by Looking Glass, them boys at Looking Glass Entertainment. So you can see it's going to be scrolling on the bottom of the screen. Um, One thing did change. I am not on the first Wednesday of the month. I'm on the fourth Wednesday of the month. But again, I am Angela Thomas Smith. I am the commissioner of D.A.M.O.N. Speaks, which is a new addition to the O&E Dynasty, giving you an opportunity to get up close and personal with the host of Beverly Nation and D.A.M.O.N. Network. I thank Brother O for this vision and this opportunity, because it gives you an opportunity as listeners that follow us on a constant basis, because we wouldn't be able to do what we do without you guys. Our shows will be nothing without you guys. So it gives you an opportunity to get up close and personal with us and kind of find out who we are as hosts. Kind of get a little bit of our background, why we chose broadcasting and why we chose to do the shows that we're doing. So hopefully my guest will be here shortly. But while I'm waiting, I wanted to throw something out there. We've been talking about social injustice over a lot of the different various platforms, and I wanted to throw this out here today. Election is coming up. It's getting closer and closer. In September, we have right around maybe 2 months left before election. I want to urge everyone, if you are not registered to vote, if you have the power to vote, please go out, register to vote, and allow your voice to be heard. We oftentimes say that it does not matter if we vote, our vote does not matter. It does matter. So go out, cast your vote, let your voice be heard. It's time that we take a stand, and we're going to have to take a stand locally. That means we're going to have to start in our communities. That means we're going to have to get involved in the local governments. We're going to have to get involved in what's going on, so we can have our hands in what's taking place. So we can't sit back and say and complain no more, because now we have the power and we have the resources and the tools to do the things that we can to improve our communities. So we got to start locally, then we got to move statewide, then nationally, and then we'll be able. Here is my co-host. I tell you, it ain't nothing like having these internet is something else, I tell you. But I'm so glad for this opportunity to give you guys a chance to find out exactly who Jesus is. I've not been with the network long, but I've had the opportunity to listen to her show, and Her show is a little different to me. Um, but I tell you, it's inspiring. I can relate to some of the things that she talk about, um, and I thank Brother O for this opportunity to give me this opportunity to present to you guys who she is, a little bit about her show, and we're gonna get up close and personal with her on tonight. So let's bring her up so she can tell us a little bit about herself. Hey, lady.
Hey, thank you. Good
How,
evening.
how are you?
Oh, good. I got it together. Got it together.
I see. I see. I tell you, we've been trying to get this interview for a minute. I tell you,
Yes, yes, yes,
Brother
yes,
O
yes.
put me on this task, and he, created something else for us to do. But I love it because it gives us an opportunity to connect with those people that tune in to us and listen to us on a nightly basis, so they can get a chance to
Yes.
put a face with those beautiful voices and find out a little bit about who you are and your show, because you have a very interesting show. You are a very interesting person, and
Thank you.
I'm just gonna put that out there. So
Thank you.
share share just a little bit
Uh-oh.
about who Jesus is. Jesus is. I want to know where did the name come from?
Ooh, the name is very powerful, and it's a lot of the name, like a lot of information was lost and hidden of the entire history of this planet, which goes back 4.9 million years. The planet is getting ready to turn 5 billion years old. And as the world is coming through a awakening, the entire world is waking up on many different levels, I would say. Some in as far as awareness. And through this huge awakening, the name Jesus, bear with me, the name Jesus is a metaphysics of the Christ consciousness. The name Jesus is a representation of the twin of the brother who now his name is known to the world as Jesus. His story was his entire family, like all 13 families of the Son, the prime world, known to the Christian family as the kingdoms of heaven. So all of our information was hidden, the 13 families. That's Abraham, Moses, the story of Jesus, but his mother's name is known as Mary, yet that was Moses' mother, Moses. Jesus' mother name is Saris. Yet these are the hidden truths from humanity so that humanity would not know itself. And a part of the story is correct about who is called Jesus and his mother having the virgin womb, which is a parthenogenesis womb like myself. Parthenogenesis womb goes back to the primordial woman descended into the atmosphere of Earth. We're the first females, 72 of us. First female organism. Our feet first touched the planet in Antarctica. This is part of why Antarctica seems so secret.
Mm.
And we're being told that it's filled with a bunch of ice. Yet, as the human civilization comes into its awakening, many are coming into the truth because there is a substance inside of all human beings that match what has been hidden. There's a substance inside of all human beings installed inside the human heart, inside the DNA known as the smart body, and inside of the soul. The world in this age, the age of iron, this planet, this civilization evolves through ages. The Iron Age, where we are now, where wicked and evil would rule the earth. Then we have the ages, the Bronze Age, of your dinosaurs. Then we have the Silver Age, then the Age of Fire, and now this world is coming into a new cycle, which is the new seventh golden age. Some people say the age of information, the age of Aquarius, where we would no longer walk on the surface in this meat suit we got on.
So can I ask you
This
a
meat,
question? So
sure.
can I ask you a question? Okay, so when how long have you been studying? Okay, so you have to give me some clarity because we trying
Yes.
to give people. I'm trying because I I support your show, but I want to know what I'm supporting too. I don't just want to be tuning in just listening. I want to know what I'm listening to. Some of it I can relate when you were talking spiritual. I can relate to spiritual stuff, but some of it I can't relate to. So I want to know what is it that you study? What is it? What is the name of what you study?
I was born this way. I was born ascended. Michael Jackson would be one that is a example of an ascended being on earth who is operating in his fullest potential. The beloved name who was called Jesus was another one who operated in full potential of his light body that's full blown on the planet. I never studied anything. What I did was I studied myself and I found my way back into wholeness, something that is very, very difficult, but yet all humans have the potential. It spoke about in the Bible about Elijah, where he left the planet on his feet, yet is broken down and it speaks of a chariot. Atlantis, Atlantean is who I am. Many of us are. We were space born. Many of us were never born of a woman. This is why the world is seeking for Atlantis. When Atlantis sunk, which was the third flood, second flood was my father Noah. The first flood as well. After the third flood of Atlantis, the creator named Solomon came and ascended Atlantis off world. We are space born aquatic beings, the highest aquatic family of the kingdoms of heaven. So it is the return of Atlantis now. It's not something you can study. In the end, even in the
Oh,
Bible, God says, return back to me. The
right.
brother, the
Okay.
precious brother Jesus said, do not look to me. Don't look to me, look to the Son. But you see, the world called on him because mankind told everybody that no one else, you couldn't make it into your heavenly place, to throw off everybody to depend on something outside of him. Yet it clearly says in the Bible, where my precious twin, Jesus says, do not look to me, look to the Son. See, Atlantis brought sun worship to the planet so that all humans would return back to source. Yet mankind had a way, these evil reptilians, of setting up society where it would decalcify the human race and everyone would be conditioned to follow the ways of the world. Where even in the Bible, in Genesis, in Exodus, God speaks about even the church is foolish. It teaches you to not even be taught by mankind. No philosophers. That means children not supposed to be in school. And now the world is witnessing a reality of the chaos and the destruction and the dehumanization of the school system, where children are totally unbalanced in the demonic facility. But yet, because we have lost our way, nature has been defeated for entire civilization. We have learned to follow someone else's energy, and the whole world was set up based on it. It's not even yourself. This is why the entire civilization doesn't want to be here, is stressed, and is basing everything off of what was given to them and has skipped their true self. Now that the world is awakening, through the levels of this awakening, now is definitely chaos, because now the civilization has been sedated under man's instructions. So those who are coming into the true heart on the inside are being persecuted, because in this world, if you be yourself, that's a problem. Your family, your friends, even to the world government, anything of authority is going to persecute you for it. This is why a lot of people don't get along with people, because this world has been taught to be a narcissist world, an entire control freak, my sister. This is why everything is this, don't say this, do that. That come from the enemy. That come from what has been taught to the people and all of these belief systems. So now the people, because for they do not know, they take up for man. Oh no, you better do what the government said. Oh no, you can't do this, you can't do that. Everything is narcissistic now.
So why did you choose broadcasting to why did you choose broadcasting?
This is
Did you want to be able to share this message, and can you kind of share with me exactly what message are you trying to get across to the people?
this is not my first rodeo. This is the sixth
Mm-hmm.
world, number six world that I have spoken to a civilization. Now I'm here. I took on a body to deliver the highest message imaginable to this civilization. I have spoken to 5 other civilizations in other worlds way before this little planet that I helped to build was even designed. Earth is a baby. She's my great, 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 great granddaughter. She's very young. So this is part of why the world was in destruction as well. That's in the Bible, where Lucifer, a war took place. The planet was lost, and Lucifer, that's the decoding of Lucifer leaving the kingdom. But because of the distractions of the world, and man took everything, a civilization of reptilians who have the power to take the entire planet, put it into a dark place, and sedate the entire civilization to be led by someone in flesh and never led by the self. So this is why part of why the world is in so much destruction, because the rapture must take place, must destroy and burn all things to reset for the new world. That means you have
So,
to clean
okay. So
everybody off the planet,
so
including animals.
a person like me, I'm totally lost with this conversation because I'm not aware of a lot of the things that you're talking about. How can you get that message across to? I mean, what is the message that you're trying to get across so people
The
can
message
receive?
that I am getting across and not
Mhm.
trying to
Okay,
is the truth
the
of
truth.
the eternal soul. The entire civilization is not in touch with thy soul. And that was what was asleep, that's resting inside the human corporeal body. This awakening is based on the soul rising up to meet one's own spirit, which lies in the heart. When one comes into that, they come into the knowing of the eternal truth, and it erases everything that one has been programmed and taught on the surface, because it's not you. Someone taught you this, what's going on the surface. It all comes. If you sit back and look at your life, this goes for every human on the planet. If you sit back and look at your life deep down inside, all humans don't feel like they've been able to express what's been knocking at them on the inside. All humans feel that there's something else greater than what I see in front of me. All humans can feel a force on the inside, but because of the imbalance of the world, it take a deep concentration. See, the world is very loud, very noisy. The world is to a point where one not able to hear themselves, but you can hear everything in the world because you've already been adapted to it. So that takes one away from thyself, where one can't hear thyself, because all of the truth is not seen.
You got a lot of questions. You got some people tuning in, and they got some questions. But I got one question I want to ask you. So, what inspired you to want to share this with the world? What woke you up one day and said, "Okay, I want to go to O&E Dynasty and be a part of Beverly Nation and share this with." Now we have 2.5 million listeners. You sharing this with 2.5 million listeners. What made you say, "Okay, this is what I want to do"? What made you decide that's what you wanted to do?
I was
How did you end up at O&E Dynasty?
How that happened, because I am the hidden truth. I was found. The world finds me. the world gravitates towards me. All I do is wake up in the morning because of the powerful light within my embodiments. I was chosen. I didn't want to do anything as far as in my physical. I said before I took on breath in the physical form that I would be predestined to everything that I would do on the face of the earth. It was already written. Everything was already written before I took on this body, so above, so below. Where I'm coming from again is the soul. And this is why we will clean the earth with one not able to come into this. It's okay. We have to reset the planet. And this is exactly why the entire world will be cleansed. Now, that's in Revelations now.
So
Even church folks.
the first question that was asked was about Michael Jackson. They said, I'm going to post it up here. It said,
oh, that's nice.
So
glad you brought that up, Michael.
Let
me show you him
being compared to Jesus Christ. That's what the question is.
Most definitely. Hold up. Where is he? Hold on. How you do this? Let me figure this out. There you go. Right here. There you go, Mike. Mike and somebody spoke about Jesus Christ. Now, Michael and Jesus is the same energy. So they will be switching and bodying again. Let me tell you something. There's nothing disclosed to any human. Not at all. All truth of everyone who walked the earth, that's not even in the book. See, that's another thing. Man done taught everybody how to Google everything, especially the awakened family. So people are trying to find their own ass through a Google bar and through books, all filtered by mankind. The truth is within all. Now, Paul, the character Paul, in the back of the Bible gave every human on earth no excuse to know that truth. No excuse to know that truth of the soul. That's not something anybody talks about.
So that's another question. The same person, Teresa Stilt, she wanted to know, where is that in the word? Where is that found in the word?
Look for it. You got to seek your own spirit. See, your spirit will guide you to all truth on the planet. All truth on the planet. Because see, most people have to look for something because they look with human eyes instead of the eyes inside the eyes. Most people look for things based on how you were taught. That's why children should have never been in school. Plus, that gave a woman a reason to be carnal and not be a mother to her child. You give your child away 5 days a week. That's a trap. That's darkness. That's carnalness. That's how much self-hate we have, to where women carry a baby for 9 months and don't even want it no more. And when people look back, nobody told you to do that. You automatically followed the way of the world, and that is not your heart at all. Giving the children away separates a woman from herself. She's disconnected to even have a carnal mind, to even want to give her own child away 5 days a week. But this is the conditioning of the powers that be, that condition the world and put fear into everyone imaginable on the planet for us to follow what man says and to never follow your heart. We don't really know our hearts. We know how man taught us. Our parents were enslaved to it. The grandparents were enslaved to it.
There's your next question. She said, so you left your body and went where?
Who?
She said you left your body and you went where again?
I don't understand the question. It doesn't.
Okay.
Ask it again, girl.
Here's the next one. I don't know. She's been on since we came on.
How did you come into existence? Shit. Out of a flame of fire. You speaking of in the universe number 8, where all of the worlds lie, or you talking about in the physical flesh? I came through my father Noah's nuts into my mother's ass. That's what I did in this physical form. Yet I have lived many lives as an Atlantean where we spaceborn. We can fly. Now you can Google that. Yet only one's heart. But we ain't fucking with our heart like that. We fucking with the way that the world told you to think. That's why every television on the planet need to be thrown away. Because all people can give you is what they picked up. Even the truth, that what they believe is truth in these books is garbage.
So
All garbage.
I got two questions. I got two questions before we go.
It's heavy, sis.
I
It's
know.
heavy.
I need. Okay. So why did you choose to use broadcasting, the O&E platform, to share your message?
O&E chose me.
Okay.
O&E chose me, and it was predestined for me to speak to millions around the earth. Where on O&E, now tonight is 2.5 million. Yet on my own SHESUS show, I'm up to 1 million. You following me on my own? But tonight is 2.5 million. So
Yes.
I was chosen.
Okay. Another question. We all have different inspiration for our shows, and your show is the SHESUS show.
Yeah.
What is your inspiration behind your show? What do you want people to get from your show when they tune in and listen to your show? What do you want them to leave with?
For them to leave with knowing that the self within is the way, and the heart is the way. It's the only way to destiny. Your heart is the only way to fulfill destiny in flesh and blood, according to what you wrote before your soul incarnated into the atmosphere of earth. And for you to remember why you came into earth, for you to remember where you will return back to when you leave here. Everybody knows when they're going to ascend out of here. That's not disclosed to nobody. But when you sedated by mankind, you don't remember your own soul. Nothing is disclosed. You don't wait for a nigga to kill you or sickness. That's all what you would know. You would know that. You would know. It's in the soul. Nothing is disclosed. Just like your smart body, your DNA can heal your body.
Crazy. They posted some crazy questions. I'm not finna post
I bet
it.
that, yo, sis, it's heavy, man. Yo, on my page on Facebook, healing people. But no, see what the church did? They only think a nigga in the sky can do some shit. An invisible nigga. Yet a nigga in flesh and blood can't do nothing.
I got two questions for you. So I'm an author. I write books. That's what I do. And
I am the book.
I went over to your page, but I write books because I share my journey. I share my food. I share my stuff. I share what I've been through. I share what's in me with people.
And I tell people to write. I tell people, yo, my writers, some of y'all used to write and you stop. Let's go. We got a whole new world to fill up. I'm going to build a library. Look, now you talk about your book.
Feelings. You kind of hurt my feelings when I went over to your page because I be checking people out, and you my fellow, you my fellow host. So I had to go over and check you out, and this is a part of my job now. So I had to go over and kind of get a feel of who you were and what you was bringing to the network. So I saw this post, and it kind of hurt my feelings.
I'm heavy, man. If you in the flesh, you're gonna have problems, and that means that somebody else can. That means that somebody else can take power over you for someone else in flesh and blood to even make anybody feel.
It was only for a second. And
then
I
got that's the side effect.
And then I realized I say, that's just your opinion. But I want you to express your opinion because we are entitled to.
I'm too advanced. I don't even believe in opinions. That doesn't even exist. I passed that. Opinions don't even exist. Only to people who don't know that.
Why do you say books have trapped us?
I said that they decalcify. Why? Because you're already the all-knowing. This is what I just spoke about. I just killed this. When I said what you wrote out before we take on flesh and blood is not disclosed from anybody. So that's what I'm talking about. See, the books is a distraction. The books are a distraction. It decalcifies the brain, especially for a woman. This is why women ain't got no sense. This is why women are married to the enemy. This is why women have become, not all, but too many. This is why they give their kids away 5 days a week. This is why a woman is not in touch with her womb and doesn't understand her womb. in the power in her womb. The power, your womb can heal a woman that's pregnant and heal that unborn child before it's born. Your womb can spark another woman's womb and take away her pain. I know, I got a class, I'm doing it. So it's heavy. See, the books take people away from what they seek. Now, they ain't got nothing to do with you writing, baby. That ain't got nothing to do with you writing, but see, it'd be complex if one can't hear me from the ear inside the ear. Again, the soul. If people can't hear me from the soul, you're going to be in your feelings, and I'm going to take your power, and I'm going to take that, and I'm going to use you for your energy because you allowed me to hurt your motherfucking feelings.
Yeah,
That
it only
means,
bothered me for a second. It didn't, and
yeah,
then
I
I
hear you.
realized it didn't
That's
bother
side
me
effects.
for
I
a
know
second.
it's better for a
It do
second
that
than
sometimes,
5 minutes.
but it do people like that sometimes. But that's
Yo,
just a part of being a part of this world. You know,
now my
we
brother did
are
that.
flesh. We are flesh now. You have to remember that we are flesh, and we have to be a part of this word. You know, I believe in Christ, and I believe in the word. You
Now I'm
know,
about to
and,
talk about my brother as his
mhm.
motherfucking twin. I just spoke about that. You see what I'm saying? So, right, it'll only be for a second. Girl, please. They couldn't handle my twin brother, Jesus. They couldn't take him. He was too heavy. It's easy for you niggas to talk about him now because you
So
ain't standing in front. Look, you're not standing in front of him. See, it's me
Well,
now.
I can't remember. I don't know if I've been here before or not. I can't remember. You know,
Now you have. Let me tell it.
we,
You
we, we,
have.
we can't remember those things because he programmed us like
Whoa,
that.
whoa, whoa,
So
whoa. I'm in touch.
we don't,
Whoa.
I mean,
Hold up.
there's things, I mean, there's certain things that, yeah, we always gonna be in touch because we have that
Now,
spirit.
now,
But when
now, wait a minute. Hold up.
go
I'm
ahead.
in touch. Wait a minute. I've met thousands from other worlds. I've met 4 different mothers who have birthed me. I remember being a man. I've been incarnated as a lion. Nothing is disclosed from nobody, honey. Nobody. No, you said that these are things that people can't know. See, the enemy did that. The way of the
Well,
world.
they suppress. How you have
Right,
they
right.
suppress thoughts,
Sis,
they suppress,
suppress.
and they not. And it's designed like that for a reason because a lot of us we may
Right.
not be able to handle the things that we went through in our past. So
That's
it's
right.
designed like that
No.
for a reason. You know,
Now, wait a
I
minute. You said
I don't
that.
question a lot of that.
See, that's why we don't know because we don't question. And niggas like me, you'll feel for a second your motherfucking feelings is hurt. It's same shit my brother did. Jesus, same old shit. That's why we gotta burn the earth and clean it. And my brother talked about this shit. He said them niggas coming after me gonna do greater works. And then we gotta burn this motherfucker. Now all these Christian niggas read the Bible. That
There's
shit
gonna be a
clear as
lot of
fuck.
people burning in hell. I tell you.
Now, but
I got
where's
one
that?
question. I got one question for you. I got one question for you before we go. Just giving people an opportunity to learn who you are on the Jesus show.
They're gonna have to
So
come back through a new. Let me tell you this:
they
they
gonna
can't learn.
I'm gonna share with them how they can check you out. You on tomorrow, right?
Yeah, tomorrow the Jesus show at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay,
Lord,
so we're definitely gonna share that. So if they want to check you out, they can come on over there since they don't got a chance to kind of feel you out and kind of see who you are.
you better
So
bring crutches and some Kleenex, and it might be your last time. You might not survive past 10 minutes. I'm heavy. You have to come back through a new ass to receive me. Even the motherfuckers who watch me on Facebook, they got to come back through a new ass too.
so
Pretty
what
much.
what what does the word life mean to you? Life. Life. What does that mean
The
to you?
the soul, because you don't have life until you come into your soul. You're just an operational mind fuck existing and following somebody else's energy on the surface. It's the soul, is life. Destiny fulfilled is life. Life. The soul, because it's the soul that took on this flesh and blood body any goddamn way. This shit don't belong to us, but the soul remains the same.
Wow. Well, I
This
want to
is a meat suit. This a meat suit. This shit ain't ours. We forgot. God damn it.
I want to thank you for coming on and sharing with the followers about the Jesus show that is a part of the O&E dynasty. Thank you for coming on. And if you would please, you said you're on tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes.
And one more time, if you would just give, what's the tagline for your show?
The SHESUS Show.
All right. So you have been up close and personal. Thank you for coming on. You have been up close and personal with Angela on behalf of D.A.M.O.N. Speaks, which is a product of the ONE dynasty. Of course, I am the commissioner of D.A.M.O.N. Speaks. Um, I am Angela Thomas Smith. I have to make a claimer. We are given the opportunity as hosts to host shows and to be a voice to share um, our unique platforms. I am acting as commissioner of D.A.M.O.N. Speaks right now. I'm not no way representing my show, Angela Walk with Angela, Walk with in Purpose with Angela. I am not representing my show. I am representing the network. D.A.M.O.N. Speaks, the commissioner, Angela Thomas Smith right now. I thank God for the opportunity to be a part of a network that allow us to come on and be able to share. That is something that the owner of our station prides himself in, giving us the opportunity to share. Some people have different perspective on things. I know who I am and I know who I belong to. And I'm going to leave it at that. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. You have been listening to, you have been tuned in to D.A.M.O.N. Speaks. I am Angela Thomas Smith. I am the commissioner of D.A.M.O.N. Speaks. And I was interviewing Host SHESUS Powell. Her show will be on tomorrow night, 9:30 p.m. Please, if you like, join us. Thank you for supporting the ONE Dynasty. I am Angela Thomas Smith. Until next time, you guys have a great evening.